Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Automating the Trades. We are here with Jacob, our president at the Graphite Lab. My name is Natalia. In this webinar, we're going to talk through some of our live customer problems. We have a handful of problems ready to go. These are problems that typical businesses in the trades may encounter. We're going to be walking through some different automations utilizing Zapier, as well as our advanced set of tools to solve these problems. Jacob, a few problems that some of our customers or other general trades businesses have submitted, and then you can walk us through how you would solve those live. Does that sound good?
Thank you so much, Natalia. I'm very excited to hop into these.
We've got another problem here where someone said, we have a strict policy that if a call is abandoned, we need to call the customer back within 5 minutes. I would love a tool that checks for abandoned calls and then notifies us if the customer hasn't been called back.
This one's very exciting as well because it uses a very similar concept that we played with in an earlier Zap. But basically what this one is, so when we're thinking through this one, a lot of things at play here. This has to do, so one of the things that we'll need to get calls by type. We'll only want the workflow to run in an abandoned call situation. We are running off of a past date time. So we're not records that are in this second, they are in the past. And then what we are also running off of is we are also running, one of the key considerations is it is a small time window, which we'll get into, and then need the ability to check calls in ServiceTitan. These are the major considerations. The first thing I'm going to do is clear out the steps from the previous workflow. So basically what I'm going to do is we're going to hop into Zapier. And what we're going to do here, instead of query jobs, is query calls. So let's do that. So we'll type in calls here. So query phone calls. Click continue. And you'll see we have a bunch of different values. We can do dates based on modified on. We could do whether the phone called, the campaign, the agent, the external agent, if you've got them, active only, and the created after and created before. Now, this is actually the thing that we're going to be leveraging. One of the major considerations in this Zap workflow is that we want to run off of a time in the past. One of the major things we want to revisit here is how Zapier works fundamentally. Basically, it's making a call to your API using filters, and it's finding 100 records or so that can, depending on the workflow, but it's finding like 100 records that match that criteria. And if it is a new ID value, which means it's a new record in your system, it will fire the Zap. Now, one of the key considerations here is based on your Zapier plan, the time period that it's making those calls gets smaller. And so if you have one of the most basic Zapier plans, 15 minutes is that interval. So every 15 minutes, it'll make a new call over your system and will determine if something's there. One of the major things you'll notice in this Zap is that we have a 5-minute window. We're going to want to do polls every 5 minutes to our API to understand whether or not something's triggering off of that. We don't want to trigger the moment it's created. We want to trigger a few minutes after it's created. We'll set that up here. We're querying phone numbers and our created before and created after. This is how we're going to do this. So our created after is the furthest back date time that we want to be triggering. For us, that's 1 hour ago. Now created before, if I say now, as soon as our poll goes, it'll get all calls. We want to make sure that we're only getting calls that were created more than 5 minutes ago. So we're going to do now minus 5M. So basically, anything created more than 5 minutes ago, but less than an hour ago, falls within this window. One of the things that we can't filter on here is status, which is fine because we can do a filter step. So we'll go ahead and find new records. I'm actually not going to find new records because I haven't had a call in the last 5 minutes, so it's not going to pull anything in. We'll leave this be. You'll want to pull in records at this point. In your advanced settings that you want to check out. If you open up advanced settings over here and you scroll down, it'll tell you your polling interval. For this workflow to work, it has to be as small as you can get it because we're working on such small time windows. We'll want that poll to be as small as possible. So for instance, let's say your polling window is 10 minutes. If we're going to be getting calls, anything that happened more than 5 minutes ago, let's say a call happened 4 minutes ago and our Zap runs. When that Zap gets more information in 10 minutes, that 4-minute call will be 14 minutes old. We want this interval to be as small as possible because we want to be updating the data set as quickly as possible. We want to trigger as close to 5 minutes as possible. So that's what we'll do. We'll set this to 1 minute. This really does matter in the fastness of your zaps. So the first thing we're going to want to do is go ahead and do a filter step. And the reason we're going to want to do a filter step is because we're going to want to do it off of status of the call. So what we'll do here is we will get the lead call type contains abandoned, because those are the calls that we're going to want to trigger off of. And the cool thing about Zapier is if it hits a filter step, you won't get charged for that as a task. So basically this will query and start triggering zaps, but if it's not abandoned, you're not going to get charged for anything. So one of the major things that if the trigger doesn't allow you to filter for exactly what you want, having a filter step as your second step is the best thing that you can do, because it will reduce your costs to actually have this service run. So the next thing we're going to do is search for calls in ServiceTitan, because what we're going to understand is, have we made an outbound call to that customer since this has triggered? That 5 minutes, that's what that window is looking for. Has our team, because this call was abandoned, it's going to stay abandoned. We want to know about this abandoned call. Have we responded to it within this window? Has somebody called them? So what we're going to do is search calls. Basically, what search does inside of our Zapier app is get anything that matches a query. So we're going to click search calls. It'll let us build our query. What we're going to do here is search for any calls created within the last 5 minutes that fall within an outbound call to the number that called us. So what we'll do is we'll make that a 10-minute window just to make sure. You'll want to do this based on your queuing interval, because you don't want to exclude certain call types. So we'll do 10 minutes just so we can get a really good, as our team tried to make contact with somebody within the last few minutes. So we'll go ahead and make it that window. And then you can see we have the caller's phone number, and then we have the phone number called. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to want to come in and we're going to want to determine who called us. What was their phone number? So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and look lead call from. That's what we're going to want the phone number called to be, because that means it was a call from our system to the customer, not vice versa. What we'll do is only return the first value. This is an option in all of our search zaps. So instead of returning all the matching values, it'll only return the first record that matches. This is important because we want to only run this in a failed condition. If there isn't an outbound call in that time period, we'll want this step to be successful if nothing's found. Go ahead and click test, and you'll see Zap search was found status false, which means that this was an unsuccessful workflow, which is exactly what we want. So we'll go ahead and add a filter step off of search call. Zap search was found status contains false. Click continue, and this should run. Exactly. So it should run. If it returned any calls, which is the policy, then it would have filtered, but it couldn't find anything, so it's false. At this stage, you can send notifications, create task management tasks, whatever you really want, but the logic is basically here to determine, has an outbound call been made to an abandoned call within the last 5 minutes? And some of the really key concepts here that we went over is your Zapier plan has an impact, how you're querying your data, and how you're leveraging filters in the workflow has an impact on how you're paying, how expensive this is for you as a business owner to actually run the workflow.
Thank you, Jacob. Those are some really helpful tips. Everyone watching, if you are interested in getting any of these problems solved for you and your business, please feel free to reach out. Our contact form is always in the description as well as in our bio. We'd be more than happy to hop on a call and chat through how we can help you out with problems like this and other ones too.